This video goes into details about the different types of questions, focusing specifically on closed-ended questions. The standard instrument of empirical social research is the closed-ended question. This means that the researcher has a clear, precise idea of the object of investigation and the facts to be examined in advance. This implies clearly formulated hypotheses, from which the research questions are then derived. The closed-ended question not only has the advantage that it can be answered quickly and easily, but also that it opens up the possibility of replication. In principle, one can give this study to other researchers, or one carries it out in the same way in other markets, for example. The disadvantage, which we have already discussed in other sessions, is that it is not possible for the customer to disclose facts that have not been recorded. In other words, from a researcher's point of view, one may not be able to grasp important aspects of a phenomenon of interest. One often does not know why a person expresses him or herself in one way or in another way. One cannot get a certain depth because of the clear and precise structuring of the question. If we now ask closed-ended questions, then we can choose from a range of different types of closed-ended questions. The simplest is the dichotomous scale, that is 0 or 1, or yes or no. Here, the respondent can answer very quickly and easily. However, it is of course also clear that the richness of the mentioning is not particularly high. The typical scale, which you may know from your daily shopping in stores or online shops, is a 7-point scale, simply because one thinks the spectrum is still mentally manageable, but it nevertheless opens up possibilities for differentiation. Such a 7-point scale, sometimes in combination with a Likert scale, is what we encounter in satisfaction surveys. In a hotel, for example, you are asked whether you were satisfied or dissatisfied with the service, and there are various levels in between. Another form of data collection within the framework of closed-ended questions is the semantic differential. Here, extreme poles are given, and one can then classify where exactly one's opinion lies between these poles. As you can see, there are different ways of collecting data, up to multiple choice questions and ranking questions. All of this leads to the fact that, depending on how rich the phenomenon is and how differentiated you want to capture the phenomenon, you make a decision on whether to choose, for example, a 7-point Likert scale, or simply a dichotomous question by saying, I am satisfied or I am not satisfied. This is where various considerations come into play, including issues of data analysis. As you may already know from the lecture Statistics, the type of question also has an impact on data collection, and finally, of course, also on data quality. For example, not all statistical methods for data analysis can be used for dichotomous data. As you can see, the decision on how questions are asked and which question types are being used is not always trivial. In the lecture, we'll have a closer look at the range of examples, and we will also cover the second type of question, the open-ended question.